Hello everyone. Today in this session we'll start with the practical sums in the final accounts. As we have discussed yesterday, basic thing about the final accounts, that is actually you all know, but somewhat part we have again discussed so that we can revise up and we can brush up our knowledge. Okay, and also some of the adjustments also we have discussed, that which type of adjustments will be there and how it can be recorded with the different 2 effects or maybe possible 3 or 4 effects, whatever it may be there according to the adjustment. But these are the things actually you are all aware about it, I think so, right? Because we have done all these things during the last year in 11th standard also, and that is why you are all aware about all these things. So that is not so much needed for the discussion purpose, right? But as and when in the sums it will be there, I will discuss in detail all the things again so that you can again find out or recollect your knowledge about these points available. Okay, so we'll move on the practical sums today in this session. So question number 8 is available. First practical question available, question number 8 in this exercise 2 we have. So I am reading the question first, then we'll see which accounts we have to prepare and how we are going to complete this sum. Okay, so see, it is given Brahma and Vishnu are partners of a firm sharing profit and loss in the proportion of 3:2. So there are two partners, Brahma and Vishnu, and their profit loss sharing ratio is available 3:2. From the trial balance dated 31/3/17 and adjustments, prepare annual accounts of the firm. So annual accounts of this partnership firm we have to prepare. Okay, trial balance of Brahma and Vishnu is given. The debit balance is side, say it is available. Drawings of Brahma and Vishnu, leasehold building for from 1416 for 10 years. These are the normal thing you all know. This is called as what? Implied adjustment or hidden adjustment. Okay, machinery of office, discount allowed, debtors, carriage outward, furniture and fixtures, salary, bad debts, bills receivable, trading expenses, cash balance, and stock as on 31/3/17. So stock on 31/3/17 and date of trial balance also see 31/3/17. That means what? This is called closing stock. Okay, available directly in your trial balance. Then on the credit balances side, see now it is available capital account of Brahma and Vishnu, loan of Brahma from 1/7/16, that is loan of a partner from this date, discount received, creditors, commission, bills payable, and trading account is already given. Trading account given, and which balance it is available? Credit balance. So credit balance of trading account is called what? Gross profit. This is gross profit available. Okay, then adjustments available. See, first one, provide depreciation at 6% on machinery and 20% on furniture and fixtures, right? Then second one, write off rupees 500 from debtors as bad debts. Third, annual salary of rupees 5000 and rupees 4000 payable to Brahma and Vishnu respectively. Fourth, commission rupees 500 is receivable. And fifth, outstanding salary is rupees 3000. So these are the adjustments available. These are normal adjustments we know. About this we have already done in 11th standard as well as during this 12th standard in the first chapter. Okay, but important thing is what? Trading account already given, and no such adjustments are given related to trading account, related to goods like unrecorded purchase, unrecorded sales, drawings made by partner not recorded, right? This kind of adjustments are not available. So when this trading account is already available, you can say that there is no need to prepare now trading account. So you can start directly by preparing profit and loss account. So normally in 11th standard only we have prepared two things, profit and loss account and balance sheet in case of absence of trading account, right? Now in 12th standard, profit and loss account we are going to prepare first, then we'll prepare profit and loss appropriation account, because the adjustment about partners available, that is salary to partners, it is given, right? So that is why it is recorded in appropriation account, so that we have to prepare. Same way partners capital account we have to prepare. And then why capital account? Because they have not mentioned anything about the current account. So it is said that the capitals are fluctuating, so we have to use fluctuating capital account method, and we are going to prepare only partners capital account, and then at the end balance sheet. Okay, so I have already prepared that profit and loss account, appropriation account, capital account, and the balance sheet. See, I will show you that. So first one is profit and loss account of the firm of Brahma and Vishnu for the year ending on 31/3/17. Then debit side particulars, inner column and outer column amount rupees. Credit side also particulars and two columns, inner column and outer column. Then next one I have prepared is profit and loss appropriation account of the firm of Brahma and Vishnu for the year ending on 31/3/17. Debit side particulars, inner column and outer column amount rupees. Credit side also particulars, inner column and outer column amount rupees. Okay. Then I have prepared the partners capital account, and there are two partners, so you need to prepare two column for amount purpose. Date particulars Brahma rupees, Vishnu rupees. Date particulars Brahma rupees and Vishnu rupees. And last one, balance sheet of the firm of Brahma and Vishnu as on 31/3/17. Liabilities, inner column and outer column rupees. Assets, inner column and outer column amount rupees. So this is how the columns you have to prepare, you all know, right? So you do not need to have so much of detailed discussion about this preparation of columns, right? So directly we'll move on the question. Now see, this is the moment. At present we are learning like this only, virtual learning it is called, as just like that I am showing you the detailed informations, and I'm solving the sum, and accordingly you are learning. Okay, so there is somewhat difficulty I have available, that the board is not available proper to cover up all these accounts on one board. Okay, I have a board but it is smaller one, so that cannot be possible to cover up all the accounts on the board at a time. So I am showing you in this, according to this only, in the class in the notebook only I am solving the sum, and accordingly I am explaining you only. Okay, so try to understand it. So I am going to show the question available. I am going to read that adjustment in front of you first, then I am going to take the book away, and I am going to record it in our classwork book, that is in the notebook. Okay, accordingly I am going to solve the sum. Okay, so please see and concentrate over here only when we are solving the sum. At present this is the first sum. I know you also know how to solve these sums, because already in 11th standard we did this same thing, but then too also, as it is the first sum we are solving, so please just look at over here only, just see the video only, and accordingly you afterwards you try to prepare the sum. Okay, so first only understand the whole process what I am doing, then you try to solve it by your own, or you can copy this from the video. Okay, so see, now we know that the final accounts we used to start with the adjustment, solving the sum with the adjustment. We have two ways available. You can start with the adjustment also, you can start with the trial balance also, whichever is convenient for you, you can use that method. But as we are already used to start our final account sum with the help of adjustment only, so we'll do the same thing so that we don't have any other confusion. Okay, so we'll start with adjustment. The first adjustment, provide depreciation at 6% on machinery and 20% on furniture and fittings. So first, depreciation to effect, first it is deducted from that respective asset shown in the balance sheet on asset side, and second it is recorded in the profit and loss account debit side. So first we will find out the balance of machinery. Okay, first on 6% on machinery given. So machinery you can see available over here, office 50,000. Why office if office is given over here? If it is factory available, then it should be recorded in the trading account, because factory related expenses are called as manufacturing expense, and they are recorded in the trading account. That is why it is mentioned over here, office related machinery. So it is shown in the its depreciation is shown in the profit and loss account. Okay, so first machinery balance 60,000, 50,000. I am going to write in our balance sheet on asset side over here, machinery. I have told you that there is no need to write the titles in the balance sheet at present in the final account of the partnership firm. It is not compulsory. Only title wise balance sheet is compulsory as per the Companies Act, amended Companies Act 2013, in the company's final account. Okay, so that you have to keep in mind. So I am going to write directly over here without any title. First, machinery in the inner column 50,000. From this we have to deduct depreciation. at the rate of 6% it is given. So 50,000, 6% we have to find out, that is 3,000. Balance you have to write in outer column 47,000. Right, that is how the depreciation first effect can be given. Second effect, it is shown in the profit and loss account debit side. So I am going to write over here to depreciation, that is your title, and below this I am going to write first machinery, and then second one is furniture. Like this also you can write, and separately also you can write. Both the ways are correct ways. Okay, so machinery in the inner column I can write at present 3,000. Now furniture, so balance of furniture we'll find out first. So balance of furniture in your trial balance, it is given furniture and fixture 5,000, and the rate of depreciation is 20%. So again, first effect in our balance sheet, we'll write furniture, fixtures, value is available 5,000, balance minus depreciation 20%. So 5,000's 20% is 1,000. So in the outer column balance 4,000, and its other effect in our profit and loss account debit side, it is 1,000. So total depreciation in outer column 4,000. That is the normal procedure, you all know how it is recorded. Okay, then second one, write off rupees 500 from debtors as bad debts. So we have to write off bad debts from the debtors. So balance of debtors we have to find out. Debtors over here given as rupees 40,000. Okay, so first effect, debtors are also known as our assets, so we'll record it on asset side first. So debtors 40,000 available. From this we have to write off bad debts. Okay, so bad debts of adjustment we have to write off. So bad debts in the adjustment available was 500, and no other adjustment about bad debts reserve we have available. So you can write now the balance in outer column, it is 39,500. Okay, and second effect of bad debts, it is recorded in profit and loss account debit side. So I am going to write over here that format about bad debts and bad debts reserve. So two bad debts of trial balance plus two bad debts of adjustment. Now bad debts reserve in the adjustment is not available, as well as in the trial balance also there is no bad debts reserve, so no need to write that in the statement. At this much part only we require. Bad debts of trial balance, see in your trial balance it is available, bad debts it is available over here. Bad debts it is given 1200. Bad debts is available how much? 1200. Okay, so that bad debts will write 1200. Bad debts of trial balance, then bad debts of adjustment which we have deducted and given in the adjustment 500. So total amount in outer column how much? 1700. Right? Now the next adjustment number third, annual salary of rupees 5,000 and rupees 4,000 are payable to Brahma and Vishnu respectively. So salary to partners is recorded in the profit and loss appropriation account debit side as an expense of the firm towards partners. Okay, so I am going to write over here debit side of profit and loss account after leaving first line, because there may be net loss available or net profit, we don't know. Okay, so to salary first I am going to write title and the names of the partner Brahma and Vishnu, their salary value in the inner column first. So Brahma is getting annual salary of rupees 5,000, Vishnu is getting annual salary of rupees 4,000, total in the outer column 9,000. And its second effect, it is shown in the partners capital accounts credit side after leaving the first line, because in the first line you have to write its opening balance. Okay, so in the next line on 31/3/17 date we can write by salary in the column of Brahma 5,000 and Vishnu 4,000. That is how the salary can be recorded. Okay, that is related to the partner, we have seen in the last chapter also, right? Then it is given commission rupees 500 is receivable. So receivable income is added to the concerned income recorded in profit and loss account credit side. So first we'll find out commission available, and it is an income, means it should be available on which side? Credit balances side. So you can see commission is available. How much it is available? 2500 commission. Okay, so an income is recorded in profit and loss account credit side after leaving the first line, because the gross profit is recorded over here. So by commission amount in the inner column 2500, to this we are going to add receivable commission, which is given 500. So total in outer column we can write 3000, and this receivable commission is known as our asset. So it is shown in the balance sheet on asset side as receivable commission 500. Receivable commission rupees 500, right? Similarly, next adjustment, it is last one, fifth one, outstanding salary is rupees 3000. So outstanding salary means this is outstanding salary expense. Okay, so salary expense available in our trial balance, that you have to find out. It is available over here. See, salary is given rupees 7500. Okay, so that salary and expense of business shown in the profit and loss account debit side to salary 7500 plus outstanding salary will be added. So we can say plus outstanding salary 3000. So in the outer column total 10,500. And the second effect, outstanding expenses are known as our liability. So it is recorded in the balance sheet on liability side. In the balance sheet on liability side, first we'll write the title capital accounts. Below that we'll write the names of partner Brahma and Vishnu. Their closing capital will record over here, which we are going to get over here from this capital account. Then we'll record the other information. So after that I can write outstanding salary, which is available 3000. Okay, so all the adjustments are recorded. Now we'll move on these balances. So I am going to read one by one the balance, and I am going to record it over here. Okay, so listen and also see on your screen. So first balance available, first we'll complete debit balances. So first balance on debit balances side available is drawings. So drawings of the partners is recorded in the partners capital accounts on debit side. So on the debit side of capital account, date, it is always transferred at the end of the period. So date 31/3/17. We can write over here to drawings account, and drawings of Brahma is given 5000, as well as Vishnu is also 5000. So 5000 in both column. Leasehold building is given, it is an asset. So on asset side of the balance sheet, leasehold building, and the amount we have to write in inner column, which is available 60,000, and into bracket they have given that it is from 1/4/16 for 10 years. 1/4/16 is the beginning of current year. So from the current year it is taken for 10 years, means this amount will be written off within 10 years equally. So the amount to be written off during the current year we have to deduct from this leasehold building. So I can write minus return off, it is 1/10 amount, you can say 10 years means 1/10 amount. So 60,000 divided by 10, which is 6,000 every year. So in the outer column balance available we can write 54,000, and the amount written off is known as our current year's expense recorded in our profit and loss account debit side to return off leasehold building, amount 6,000. Okay, that was the hidden adjustment, implied adjustment. We have recorded it with the two effects. Then machinery recorded discount allowed and expense shown in the profit and loss account debit side to discount allowed. This is the procedure we have already seen and we have already practiced in the last year's final account. 350 it is. Debtors were recorded. Carriage outward is also an expense, so profit and loss account debit side, carriage outward, it is 1200. Furniture and fixtures recorded, salary recorded, bad debts also recorded. Bills receivable is an asset. An asset means on asset side of balance sheet we have to write. So bills receivable, which is available 20,000. Then trading expenses is our expense, profit and loss account debit side to trading expenses, which is 5,900. Then cash balance is our asset, so it is shown on asset side of balance sheet, cash balance, which is 6,000. Also stock on 31/3/17, that is called closing stock, is also an asset, and only it is recorded on asset side of balance sheet because it is available in our trial balance directly and there is no trading account we are preparing. Okay, so closing stock on asset side 73,000. So debit balances are over. Now we'll move on credit balances side. So in the credit balances, first one is capital accounts, that is called opening capital, recorded in your capital accounts credit side as 1,416, by balance brought down as opening balance. For partner Brahma 55,000 and partner Vishnu 45,000. Then loan from Brahma. So loan from Brahma is a liability for the firm, recorded on liability side of balance sheet. Loan from Brahma, and the date is available 1/7/16. Amount is given 50,000. Now it is a loan from a partner, and on the loan which we borrow we have to pay interest, so that interest we are going to record over here. They have not mentioned any rate of interest, but we know that when there is a loan of a partner available, on the loan of partner the rate of interest will be taken as 6% if it is not mentioned in your sum as per the Indian Partnership Act 1932. So we have to calculate 6% interest on this loan, for which period? From 1/7/16 to 31/3/17, this period 1/7 to 31/3/17. So we can calculate the number of months included. 1/7 means July month, July to March, so July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February and March, that is for 9 months period. So 50,000 is the amount of loan. On that 6% rate of interest into 9/12, that will come to 2250. Now interest on loan is an expense for the firm if it is paid by the firm, available on the debit balances side, but there is no interest on loan available in the debit balances. That means what? It is fully unpaid. So unpaid interest on loan, first of all it is an expense, so it is recorded in profit and loss account debit side to interest on loan of Brahma, which is 2,250, and it is fully unpaid. Fully unpaid means it is our liability, so it is recorded on liability side of balance sheet as outstanding interest on loan of Brahma 2,250. That is how the loan interest on loan of a partner can be recorded. It was also implied adjustment because only the balance of loan was given in our trial balance. Okay, then discount received, next balance, it is 400. So discount received is an income recorded in profit and loss account credit side by discount received, which is available 400. Then creditors were recorded on the liability side of balance sheet. It is our liability, so creditors on the liability side, which is available 25,000. Then commission, it was recorded in your profit and loss account, there was an adjustment. Bills payable is also our liability, so on the liability side of balance sheet, bills payable, bills payable is available 5,000. And trading account, it is a gross profit, so it is shown in our profit and loss account credit side in the first line by gross profit. You can write by trading account also, no problem. Amount is available 97,250. This is what the end of this sum. So now what is the thing we have to do? Closing the accounts one by one. So one by one I will close the account and we'll find out the differences. So first I am going to close this profit and loss account and we'll find out net profit. See, credit side total only more 97,000 already we have got now over here. So we'll get net profit over here on debit side. So I am writing the total first. 97,250 plus 3,000 plus 400, that comes to 1,650,000. From this we'll deduct the values available one by one, that is 4,000 minus 1,700 minus 10,500 minus 6,000 minus 350 minus 1,200 minus 5,900 minus 2,250. That comes to 68,750, which is known as our profit, right? Net profit. So this net profit will be recorded in our balance sheet on net profit will be recorded on the debit side over here to net profit, which is transferred to profit and loss appropriation account 68,750. So it is shown over here in appropriation account credit side by net profit, you can write, or you can also use by profit and loss account. Both are correct thing. Okay, 68,750. Now we have to find out what divisible profit, which is distributed among the partners. So 68,750 total is more, so 68,750 you can write as total minus 9,000, only there is debit side available value 59,750. This is your divisible profit. So you can write over here 2 partners capital accounts, and below this you can write the names of partner Brahma and Vishnu, and you can distribute this value among the partners. This one I am writing over here 59,750. Okay, so we can distribute it among the partner in the ratio. It is given already in the sum. In the beginning of the sum it was given that there is a ratio of 3:2. So 59,750 into 3 by 5. First partner share 35,850 and second partner share is 23,900. This will be recorded in the partners capital accounts credit side. So on the credit side of capital accounts 31,317 by profit and loss appropriation account, you can write first partner share 35,850, second partner share 23,900. And now we'll close this capital account and we'll find out the closing balance of capital. So first partner total, it is 95,850 and second partner total is 72,900. 95,850 and 72,900. So we can write over here 31,317 to balance carried forward. First partner difference is 90,850 and second partner difference is 67,900. Now this will be the closing capital that you have to write over here now directly. So first partner capital is 90,850 and second partner total is 67,900. So total capital will be 1,58,750. And now we'll add up these values, liabilities total and assets total, and that total you should get equal, and according to the values I have already available, the total it comes to 2,44,000 on both the sides. So that is how the final account sums can be solved regarding this partnership firm. Okay, so this is what the thing which we have to follow while solving the sums regarding partnership firm final account, and that is, we all know a common procedure we have available, we have done in 11th standard also, but only the new part is this profit and loss appropriation account and also this partners capital account. Both this account we have learned in last chapter, first chapter only, in the partnership introduction, right? So that is only the basic thing we have learned over there, that is now useful over here, as well as in the next chapters also it may be useful. So this is what we have to do in this final account. These sums in your board examination will be available for 11 marks, this question regarding final account. Okay, so that is why it is, you all know the procedure and you are also aware about this preparation of final account. So I think so now during this 12th standard you will get, or you should get, full 11 marks in the final account, and for that purpose you have to practice hard for this final accounts, remember, so that you can have a speed also in preparation of final account as well as accuracy also. You see, the main important part in accountancy for a commerce student is the speed and accuracy. If you have a speed available and if you don't have the accuracy, then your answer may be wrong. And if you have accuracy available but not the speed, that means what? You are too slow, so that you cannot able to attempt all the questions in your board examination. So that is what the thing we require. We have to manage the time as well as we have to maintain the accuracy also. So speed and accuracy is the important thing. No doubt you all know the sums, but if you don't have the speed, you cannot able to attempt all the questions, and that is a loss for you. So that is why you need speed and accuracy both. So that is why we have to practice as much as possible more and more sums regarding this final account, so we can improve ourselves in the form of speed and we can improve in the form of accuracy also. So that is why we need the practice more and more. Okay, so today we'll end up this session, and next session we'll see another sum for this final accounts. Okay, thank you and take care. Stay at home, stay safe.